What's up everybody, welcome to the Life of a Board Gamer. My name is Daniel and today we are going to talk about Ironwood. It is a new game from Mind Clash Games and you know how much I love those guys and girls over there. And when they said they are making a two-player game that's completely asymmetrical, I thought to myself, oh my god, this is going to be great. And is it great? Well, stay a little bit longer and while tell you all about the game and you'll find out. So yeah, without further ado, let me show you how the game looks and what you are doing in this game. Basically, one of you is going to play the clans of iron, the other ones are going to play the clans of wood. I should have probably remembered the name of those clans. And first of all, of course, you get a board. And wait, let me just... Okay, like this. Okay, so yeah, this is a board if you want to play like a solo game, so you can play it either as the iron or the wood. That's where the name comes from, Ironwood. So yeah, you can play either of those, and if you want to play one against another, there's the same map but just missing some icons, and you will use this one for that type of play. And basically one of you will run around these mountains and try to build foundries and get their way to victory, and the other will play around these woods, going around trying to find totems and try to carry those totems out of the woods into the dark woods on the edges of the map and win in their own different way. So yeah, that's the board. Of course, the rules, even though they look pretty heavy, there's like a lot going on. The game is pretty simple to understand. First few teachings are going to be a tiny bit challenging, but overall the game works really well. Then you have a sheet that tells you how the AI is acting against you and stuff like that. I did not play this one solo, so I don't know much about it. And yeah, what you get in here are two sets of the components and some cards down here. I just keep them down here because I got those replaced with some promos. So yeah, have that in mind. So first of all, I'm going to show you the iron components from the iron faction. Now here also is stored the dice and the card for the solo play. And basically what I really like about this game is that the components for the iron are actually made out of metal. So all of the units, the smaller, the big ones, and these foundries, they are all metal. And the cards and this like a drill that's very important for that faction is also a metal drill. And all the cards, so these are like these foil ones that I have, but all the cards are pretty much different. I think there's only few cards that repeat, but most of the time I think in this deck it repeats, but in the next one, in the wood one, doesn't repeat at all. Not gonna claim it, but yeah. So I saw really few cards, so there's like lots of different cards, and once you use it and play it, you are done with it. Of course, you have your own board where your goals are kind of printed for you and how the game stuff goes. How do you proceed to prepare phase, action phase, and the round end phase, whatever you need to do. And the wood action has to do something completely different. So yeah, you will have your drill that will move around mountains, drill for crystals that are used as a currency in this game. And the wood components, you probably already guessed it, are all made out of wood. So, but these white cubes and these like crystals, they are made for all for both of the factions, so they're not like faction specific. But yeah, what you want to do with the metal, with the iron faction, is you want to build 3 of these on the mountains in a specific places, and once you build them you win the game. And when you're playing as a wood, you want to find 3 out of these 5 totems, and you will be using these cards to try and figure where they are and try to find them, stuff like that. And yeah, so these are the cards for the wood faction. Same artwork but completely different. Each card looks really awesome, really thematic, And about the cards themselves, they are multiple use, so you can either use them for their ability or you can use them for their if you attack, you will then use this banner icons up here. So one of these cards and one of these cards will be matched one against another, and you will find the combat resolution, who won the game, who won the fight, and all that. So yeah, that's basically all the components. Oh, I forgot to mention the wood board. So yeah, no, this is the metal, this is the wood. Apologize. So once you carry these out of the forest, you just put them like so, and you are, when you have 3, you automatically win. Now that's basically the components and everything. Now the gameplay itself, it's pretty straightforward. You all are going to play 3 cards each turn, and once you play those cards, you will just clear up, and then some of the cards, there are cards that will always come back to your hand. There's a like normal cards that you will always have, they are marked differently, and you will always have them in your hand. But most of the cards, once you play them, they're gone in a discard pile. Of course, you will need to reshuffle the deck if you are run out of cards, but I have yet managed to do that, to make a game last that long. Now the gameplay itself, as I said, even though it's pretty similar, just playing the cards, you have completely different things that you do with those cards. And as the Iron faction, you are moving your drill around, you have to watch so it doesn't get raided by the Wood faction. And you are moving your drill around, you're trying to build on the outer edges of the map, you're trying to build those foundries and get your victory, while the Wood faction is running around the woods, attacking you from all sides. Of course, you can attack back, and they are just trying to find the totem and run out as fast as possible. The card gameplay, it's straightforward, it's super easy, but then there is so much different abilities. There's so many differences between factions that playing with one faction against the other and then switching the sides, it's like playing 2 different games while playing the same game. I absolutely loved this game. Is it my favorite 2-player game? It's still early to tell, but it ranks really, really high. I like that Metal faction has these like giants that Wood faction does not have. So, not Metal, the Iron faction. So they have these giants that have 2 health, so you can be really sneaky when you are dealt damage. You can like attribute 1 damage to the Iron Giant and then rest to the little guys, and then the Iron Giant survives, so you don't track his wounds. He automatically heals back to 2 wounds, so to say. So I really like that, but then again, the Wood faction is really mobile. They can run around while the Iron faction can move in groups, sort of, to not go too much into details. But overall, Ironwood is phenomenal game. So much different gameplay, yet so much the same. I just love it, and there's very little confusion in the rules and everything. The rules are really nicely written. After the first play, you go back to the rules. At least I do that. First, I read the rules. I'm kind of a little bit confused. I get the first play, then I go through the rules, just skim through them really quickly, and I understand the game completely. It is phenomenal 2-player game. I loved every little bit of it. Trying to outsmart the opponent, playing the right cards at the right time, saving some cards, because some cards are really powerful if you use them for fight, but they have some really cool abilities, so it's always like, do I need this ability? Do I want to use it in a fight, maybe win over this territory, chase them away, because if the Iron faction does not control this mountain, they cannot build a foundry, and obviously they have crystals to do so, but then again, if I play for this like super cool ability, maybe it will help me in 2 turns to find a totem as a Wood faction, try to carry it out maybe, and then risk giving them foundry, but it just blows your mind. And the game lasts not longer than 1 hour. It says 60 minutes on the box, that's about correct. I think it's even lower with more plays, when you are playing it for the first time, you are reading through the cards, you are learning what cards are doing, you are trying to figure out your strategies, but second, third time, it just flows really nicely. So yeah, Ironwood is phenomenal two-player game. If you enjoy two-player games and you want to like a little bit of meat on them, you know, to have a little bit of extra brain power against your opponent, so to say, definitely check out Ironwood. And yeah, that is that. I can't praise it anymore. It will be uncomfortable if I continue to do that. So yeah, thank you all for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for spending all this your precious time with me, for your support with likes, with comments, supporting me on Patreon. I appreciate very much all of those things. And yeah, until next time. Pozdrav.